Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bridging Hearts, navigating cultural differences from Manila to America. I'm Ria.
And I'm Marinka. So we're here to dive into the incredible journey of juggling multiple roles as Filipina superwomen here in the US. So in this episode, we'll explore the challenges and triumphs of balancing our professional careers, motherhood, marriage, and all the other roles we take on.
Right. So whether you're a fellow Filipina navigating the complexities of multiple roles or simply seeking inspiration, this podcast is for you. All right, get ready to thrive and find fulfillment in every aspect of your life.
So let's jump into today's episode. So week 4 is juggling multiple roles, thriving as Filipina superwomen. So for sure, there will be a lot of Filipino women or women in general that can resonate with our episodes for today. As you know, we are juggling a lot of roles, right?
We're
As a career
jugglers.
woman, yes, as a mother, right?
As a fur mama to my baby 𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗍𝗍 and
Yes,
your kids.
correct. So when I moved here in the US 13 years or 12 years ago, I've been an independent woman since high school, maybe. But when I moved here, you have to do everything, right? Everything, right? So when I got married and then I got pregnant and then gave birth, that time I felt, to be honest, overwhelmed, right? Because in the Philippines, like in our culture, we have extended family that help us, right? But here in the US, you're all by yourself, right? Unless you're a wealthy individual or you have a lot of money to pay people to help you. But if not, then you're on your own. You will
Which
do
is 300,000 pesos a month, monthly, for the usual caregivers or maid.
exactly,
300,000 a month,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. So when I started here, I am used to it, like, household chores and stuff like that. But still, in the Philippines, you can find help, right, with your family, with your siblings, right, with your parents. But here, especially when I gave birth, I felt so alone and so overwhelmed with all the responsibilities. So, and then after a year, I started working, and that makes life more, I'd say, complicated. It's a fulfillment, right, when having a kid, but it's a lot of work as well, especially if you are also working full time, right? So how about in your case, what was your experience juggling different roles? For sure, you're juggling different roles, right? Regardless
Yeah.
if you have kids or not, right?
Yeah. I think so. Let me start by saying, I think I have a reputation in the Philippines, like the
Mm.
woman, because as an only child, even if I can afford to have, 3, 4 maids at home to take care of my mom, like we were in Oracle Net Suite. I've
Mhm.
been like all my luggages are prepared. Like Sunday, I have to wake up 3 to 4 a.m.
Mhm.
and check my mom, pampers, medicines, instruct the maids and my aunts, who's looking at her like my eyes and my feet. Because Sunday I have to go to to the airport. In the
Mhm.
Philippines, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. flight, go to Jakarta, and then by Wednesday or Thursday, go to Vietnam, Hanoi, because I'm enabling a lot of resellers, channels, business partners for NetSuite, and then come home Saturday very, very tired and still bring my mom to the doctor, to the
Mhm.
hospital at 6 to 7 a.m. And people see me, and our work too, right? In the corporate, you have calls even on a Saturday, right?
That's
Because most of the business partners and resellers are like asking my advice to close a deal. how to get the approval of the NetSuite licenses, the Oracle, whatever, tips and techniques on how to, talk to the CEO to close a deal, even on a Sunday, and go to a golf course, by lunch and meet the CEO there because he's golfing.
Yes.
So it's like, when you say juggling, I don't have kids. It is also by choice because I am raising my parents. So it's
Yeah.
actually not raising kids. I am raising and taking care hourly every day with so much stress. Not only financial, like the bills is like a million in a million or 700,000 pesos. We're talking about for less than 3 weeks, and it goes on and on. After 2 months, I have to bring my mom. So I'm telling this and I'm sharing this because it is not only the financial stress, but my physical stamina is
Mhm.
already fading,
Yeah.
right? And there was a time that I went to the ER alone because my high blood pressure, closing a deal with a very sensitive,
Mhm.
sensitive client in Oracle NetSuite, and my partners and my team know that I'm in the ER alone because my mom is in ICU. So can you imagine that feeling of I have to bring myself to the ER after taking care of the Oracle NetSuite folks, right? And teams around Philippines and taking all the calls and doing so much, closing. And at the end of the day, I'm inside emergency room of Medical City in Ortigas. And I could have died because
Mhm.
there was a portion in my eye that really pumutok na yung ugat, yung sabi nila na it could be a stroke.
Mhm.
So, but my mom is in the ICU and my mom needed me. So, that is extreme juggling. I think so for all those who are listening to us too. It
Mhm.
is, it is when you see a Ria, with makeup and, like curly hair with all this, MAC lipstick, you never really know what that person is going through.
That's true.
You
I
never
totally
know.
yes.
So you
Um.
have to be kind. That's why I tend to, shower people, even strangers, even a janitor or a CEO or the maid,
Mhm.
kindness the moment you open your mouth, because I was there for so many years that people just see me wearing my black suit, red suit and pearls, but they never know that I'm so broken.
Yes.
Any bad word that you'll give a Ria, I might probably fall off the elevator, you know? So yeah, it's just so extreme. You never really know. But I want to share this because I know that it will inspire and touch the hearts of so many people, not only Filipinos, but those who are undergoing the trials that we experienced. Right. So yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I remember when I gave birth to my firstborn. Um, gosh, it was just me and her dad in the hospital, and then we came home after a couple of days, and then after the third day, we had tsunami warning in Hawaii. So yeah, so we had to pack up everything, put it everything in the truck, and then we had to move to a higher ground. And that time, my baby was crying so hard, like because she could not get anything, milk from mommy. And so it was really hard. And all the stores were closed. We could not buy any formula. For some reason, we did not we did not pack any formula because I was really planning to breastfeed. But anyway, so yeah, and then after one night, it's just one night, we stayed in a parking lot inside a truck, right, in a higher ground. So after the following morning, we went back to our house, and then couple of days later, I was rushed to the emergency room. I was heavy bleeding. I almost died. Not everyone knows about that, but yeah. So during that time, juggling being a mom, and during that time, I don't have a work yet because I stopped for a year. Thank God I was able to really just focus on my pregnancy. But yeah, it was really hard without any kind of help, from family or from anyone during that time. And then fast forward, I started, working NetSuite again, right? I fortunately I was able to manage the business, right? And a team, and it was really a struggle. It was really a struggle because taking care of the team or my career plus taking care of my family, right? And then taking care of my family back in the Philippines. It's not just me and my family here, but we have extended family in the Philippines, back in the Philippines, that we need to support, that we need to help. It was hard, but I think in the long run, I was able to learn how to manage those struggles, how to manage my time properly, right? Because as you mentioned earlier, you were in the emergency room, and that happened to me as well. That was back in 2020.
Oh,
But
see?
we'll
Yeah.
talk more about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and during that time, it was like hard lesson for me that you have to take care of yourself. Yes, we are all superwomen, but we cannot take care of everyone, right? But we need to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of the rest, right? So that's what I learned from all the experiences, from everything that happened to me. I learned that you need to set time management and especially boundaries. So that is very important that I want to share with everyone, not just women, but everyone. You have to learn how to set your boundaries. You have to say no sometimes. And because before I always say yes to everything. Yes, yes, yes. If you give me
That's
a
a
task,
Filipino trait.
yes, it's a
I think
Filipino trait.
Asian. That's why they love Filipino contact centers. They invest on Thailand, because we're meek, smile,
Exactly.
we smile, and we say yes 100% of the time, right? So there you go.
Exactly.
Good
Exactly. So
sharing.
yeah, I learned that, like, okay, I always say yes because I love what I do, and I think I'm a really hard working individual, and I think I have a very good work ethic, and I always say yes to everything. I want to make sure everything is perfect. Yeah, that's one of my personalities, and I'm also trying to work on. But yeah, set boundaries. That's very important. It's okay to say no sometimes. It's not a weakness. It's nothing wrong about that, right? So yeah, there's a lot of lessons in
Yeah,
terms of juggling
I
juggling different roles.
yeah,
But
I really wanna add.
yeah.
I'm so excited when you're saying set boundaries. I just set boundaries just
Mhm.
yesterday and this morning. And sometimes it's to your boss or to your CEO or to your co-founder or to your mom,
Mhm.
right? And
Yes.
it feels so good sometimes when I'm already in that particular area that somebody higher than me, probably in terms of role, is asking me 20 things, right? Then I just go to the 19th that I cannot do anymore and explain. And I think there's a good technique there. I think honesty, a lot of people are not being honest. Okay,
Mm.
let me touch that topic. As you said, you and me are just like the Filipino DNA. Yes, I can do. Yes, I can do that item. Yes, I can do that act. Okay,
Mhm.
so now that I am, like 40 plus, I began to build the confidence.
Mhm.
Confidence means that I know my expertise, right?
Mhm.
Us, Oracle NetSuite, I know that my brains are full, well, not really 100% full, but we are always studying, right? And we are expert in particular field. And
Mhm.
then now that I know that I got some assets, I saved, during those times that I was like sales. I'm a sales, so I was earning commissions and more. So I listened to my mama to save.
Mhm.
50% you spend, go to Rome, Paris, Italy, buy your, bags or whatever, but 50% make sure that nakatabi, di ba? For the rainy day. So, speaking of honesty, when I execute opening of my heart and my life and being honest, I am able to say no properly. And the other end of the line, the recipient, whether it's my founder or my CEO,
Mhm.
understands it completely. The problem, I think, with us before and other people, they're not honest.
Mm.
They just say no or say yes, but they don't, what you call that? They don't support. They're saying no by something very personal. I'll give an example. For example, your team leader asks you to extend more for a longer hour or day. But you know that you're already very tired, exhausted. Your brains won't work. But you're so afraid of the job. You're so afraid of layoffs now.
Mm.
But I think saying no, not just saying no, you have to explain first. Like, explain your situation. Like if you're my boss, Inka, can
Mhm.
I just talk to you? I have a current situation. And I wanna, make Inka, the boss, feel special that I don't wanna share it, but I wanna share it with you. Do you know that we had the fight last night with my husband? I know that I
Mm.
I can choose not to share it with you because it's personal, boss Inka, right? But I'm sharing it with you because it's affecting me already. I think my
Mhm.
emotion and my exhaustion is just too deep today. I cannot extend. I hope you understand. If you
Mhm.
are the recipient, ikaw yung boss, ikaw yung founder, 'di ba? 'Di ba hindi mo naman mapipilit na yung Ria. Kasi
Mm.
nagbigay na siya eh. Nag-address na siya ng maraming pangangailangan, the needs, 'di ba? But not this time because baka pumutok siya. May
Mhm.
problema siya eh.
Correct.
So, kung mabait kang boss, 'di ba, compassionate ka, papayag ka na hindi mo na siya i-extend muna ng work. And you find other means or resources to do the work or you do it yourself. A good leader will do it yourself. It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I totally agree with that.
explain.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. When it comes to work, yes. But also,
Yeah, and being very
yeah, and
honest
also
too.
with family as well, right? Boundaries is not just applicable to the work situation.
Work and business.
It's also applicable to family, any kind of relationship, right? Because
Kapitbahay natin, neighbor
yes,
na pinakikisamahan.
especially as Filipino, um, as you mentioned, for some reason it's hard for us to set that kind of boundary, especially with our family. Sometimes we have family that, like, not everyone, I'm not generalizing, but there are some family members that will just keep asking you for something, right? Expecting you to do something for them, right? Not knowing or not really understanding your situation, right? So yeah, so we also have to set boundaries, and even with relationship, right? Husband, wife, or with friends, right? With friends, setting boundaries with friends. So yeah, boundaries is it's a lot of things to discuss about boundaries. I love to talk about this. I actually bought a
We can
book
create 99
about
pages
boundaries.
of Inca and Rias all about boundaries.
Yes. Um, well, we have a lot of episodes coming, right? And we will probably talk more about boundaries, about relationships, and for sure, I will have a lot of things to say about this in our coming episodes. But yeah, juggling roles, it's not just between work and your family. It's also about juggling with your friends, your social life, right? And yourself. Again, make sure that we always prioritize ourselves first, self-care, right? Before anything else. Because if we don't do that, then we will not be able to do all the other responsibilities that we need to take on, right?
Yeah, and believe me, your energy and the stamina is
Mm-hmm.
going to manghihina ka talaga. And yun nga sabi ng mom ko is marami ka pang gagawin Inke in this life, right? You never know if God will give you until 88 years old or 76 years old and you still need a lot of your, di ba, muscle. Wag ka dapat manghina
Uh-huh.
sa madaming energy na you're giving. You're giving 100. Narinig ko nga si 𝗁𝗏𝗃𝗏 one time, when she was
Mm,
interviewed and
mm,
ang galing nung statement niya, stop giving your heart like a candy to
mm,
everyone. Kasi may
mm.
pagkaganyan tayo eh. Di ba? Hindi lang ikaw at ako, marami. Stop giving your heart like a candy na pwedeng paglaruan. So, dun
True.
papasok yung boundaries mo. Di ba? So, it's a very nice topic. I'm enjoying this, and I think there's a lot of people who can understand or the jargons that we're using, the words that we're using, and nafe-feel nila yung ating yung emosyon natin when it comes to this topic.
True. Yeah, I think 30 minutes is not enough, to be honest. But for sure, we have a lot of episodes coming up, and we will still touch with this topic, boundaries, self-care, right? So yeah, again, it's a very nice episode for today, and I think that's a wrap, right? For another empowering episode of Bridging Hearts, navigating cultural differences from Manila to America. So we hope you enjoyed our discussion on juggling multiple roles as Filipina superwomen in the US.
Right. So just remember, guys, it's all about finding a balance and finding a good friend. Just like me, I have Inka, one of the many brilliant people and soul that I lean or just contact, share a smile when we're feeling that the day is just slow. And, it helps managing your time effectively with good people around you, smarter people around me, and embracing that fulfillment that comes from each role that we take on. So whether you are a mom, you are the sales manager, you are a wife, you are a sister, a good neighbor, a good Samaritan to your community, we'd love to hear your own experiences and strategies. So it's all about strategizing also your everyday, task. So feel free to reach out to us. Inka?
Yeah, and join us next time as we continue to explore the journey of bridging hearts and our quest in finding harmony and balance in our work and personal life. So until then, take care and keep shining as a superwoman as you are. And
Yeah, we're all super women.
yes, all superwomen. And always remember, life is what you make it.
Right. So stay tuned, guys. Stay inspired and keep embracing the beauty of being a Filipina superwoman. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Take care.